Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Wednesday, February 18th, 2015. This is Texan TV News from Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas, and I'm Chanda Neal. Today's top stories. Accused American sniper killer Eddie Ray Routh's legal team began the first full day of his defense Tuesday. Routh's brother-in-law, Gaines Blevins, was at home with his wife when Routh stopped by late in the afternoon on February 2nd, a few hours after Chris Kyle and Chad Littlefield had been shot to death. According to Blevins, Routh was blabbing incoherently about the world freezing over and claimed he had taken 2 souls before they could take his. Routh said that he had traded his own soul for the black pickup truck he stole from Kyle. Testimony in Routh's trial for capital murder is expected to wind up this week. If convicted, he faces an automatic life sentence without parole because prosecutors elected to not seek his death. If found not guilty by reason of insanity, the 27-year-old veteran who suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder could be confined indefinitely at the state psychiatric facility. This morning, close family members of Routh's testified, including Routh's sister. Laura told the jurors that her brother rambled about pigs sucking his soul and that she did not believe him when he claimed to have just killed 2 people. She added that the person who came into her house was not the person she knew as her brother, and she says that she told Routh that she loved him, but she hates his demons. In campus news, students are taking the hashtag SGASOS campus by storm, expressing their concerns, ideas for improvement on campus, or things they like on the Twitter. The Student Government Association launched hashtag SGASOS Monday, and already the hashtag has been used by many students. The idea of the campaign is to give students an easy way to let SGA know what they want to see around campus. Many of the tweets regard the current parking situation, roads that need to be fixed, and the dining hall hours. Throughout the week, SGA will have different activities set up with the hashtag SGASOS campaign. And now for the Texas, national, and international and sports news from the Associated Press. In Texas news, Austin faith leaders rallied for marriage equality Tuesday at the Capitol, seeking to convince lawmakers that expanding rights to gay, bisexual, and transgender couples won't compromise their religious beliefs. The rally, sponsored by the Texas Freedom Network, had almost 150 people in attendance, all holding signs stating that they were Methodist, Jewish, Baptist, Presbyterian, and many other denominations. Minister Leslie Jackson of the Houston United Church of Christ said that LGBT equality is not a distant cousin to faith, it is its progeny. Following the rally, attendees filtered into the Capitol to meet the lawmakers on a variety of bills. But through other proposals, Republicans have shown that equality for the Texans of the LGBTQ community may be unattainable for now. Mongolia Republican Representative Cecil Bell's bill, called the Preservation of Sovereignty and Marriage Act, has the support of 41 Republican House members. It would ban the use of taxpayer money to license same-sex marriages and ban government employees from recognizing, granting, or enforcing same-sex marriage licenses. In national news, an attorney for one of the 2 Wisconsin girls accused of stabbing their classmate to please horror character Slender Man tried to convince a judge Tuesday to move her case into juvenile court, arguing that his client is mentally disturbed and believes she had to kill to protect herself and her family from the creature. During the second day of the preliminary hearing, psychiatrist Debbie Collins testified that she had interviewed the girl several times and concluded she believed that Slender Man exists. Collins also testified that the girl told her she used the Vulcan mind control to keep negative emotions at bay and believes that Harry Potter villain Lord Voldemort visits her when he's not away on business trips. Defense attorney Anthony Cotton said he thinks they did a good job showing the girl believed Slender Man was real across time and environment, and she believed that he could hurt her family. According to court documents, the 2 girls told detectives they had been planning to kill their classmate Peyton Leutner for months. They are accused of luring Leutner to a park in a Milwaukee suburb on May 31st and stabbing her 19 times. Leutner barely survived. All 3 girls were 12 years old at the time of the incident. The 2 alleged attackers face 1 count of being a part to attempted first-degree intentional homicide in adult court. They both could face up to 65 years in the state prison system if convicted. In international news, at least 16 people were killed early Tuesday in the Haitian capital after a man on top of a musical carnival float was shocked by high-voltage wires above the street, setting off a panic in which dozens of people were trampled, officials said. Prime Minister Evans Paul said 16 people were confirmed dead and 78 were injured. Paul declared 3 days of mourning for the country, and he and President Michael Matterly joined hundreds of people who gathered at the incident site later in the day. Haitian officials canceled Tuesday's third and final day of carnival events and announced a state funeral and vigil on the Saturday for the victims. In sports, it appears the only place Alex Rodriguez might detail his drug use is on the witness stand. If the ever-controversial New York Yankees star decided against holding a news conference ahead of his return to the team following a one-year absence. He issued a handwritten apology Tuesday for the mistake that led to his suspension, but failed to provide specifics about how and why he resumed using performance-enhancing drugs for at least the second stretch of his celebrated career. Ready to report back to the Yankees following an unappreciated season-long ban for the violating baseball's drug agreements and labor contract, Rodriguez apologized to team officials in person during a meeting at the ballpark on February 10th. They suggested he hold a news conference before the start of the spring training this Friday and offered the use of Yankee Stadium. However, Rodriguez declined, hoping to overcome the suspension and a pair of his surgeries. Rodriguez is due to report to the Yankees on February 25th and start workouts the following day. Today's broadcast by Brittany Phillips and Abby McCoy. You can watch Texan TV News live Monday through Friday at 12:30 and on Northland Cable Channel number 9. Don't forget to tell your friends about us and become a fan of the Texan TV News on Facebook. I'm Chanda Neal. Tune in tomorrow for the latest news from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas.